Russell Gagan from Russell's Fishing Tech coming at you from Lake Ontario aboard Mr. Sport Fishing. What I want to talk about a little bit today is the Garmin Panoptix. Now, if you guys have been following me on Facebook or even on YouTube, you know that I fished Lake Ontario earlier this year with Dirty Goose Sport Fishing and showed you a little bit of action on the Panoptix screen then. And it's really cool technology. I want to first of all explain to you sort of what you're looking at, and then maybe explain to you sort of what my take is so far on it and how it can help you catch more salmon. So what you're looking at here is you're looking at a Garmin screen with the PS30 transducer. And what you got is here you got the 3 downriggers. That's the 3 blips we have on the screen. So here's the center downrigger, which is our deepest, which I think he's got around 85 down or so. You've got the right side here is this right corner rigger. That's our highest rigger, down 55. And the left side here, you have the other corner rigger, which is down 65. Now we've had this thing on for the last 2 days. We've marked bait fish, we've marked fish come zooming in. Basically, you'll see a red blob all of a sudden come into the screen from any different angle and go look at it. Matter of fact, probably right there's a fish right there. So you can see one right there. He's going over to look at that corner rigger over there. There he goes. And he's right by it right now, looking like he's probably going to pass by it, head over towards the divers. So that was good. We were able to get that on the screen and kind of show you what a fish does look like. I was just going to say about 5 minutes ago, we actually had one come into the screen and come right on top of the corner rigger over here and just smack it right away. Jason ran over there and it actually broke us off. I think it was a nice king. Before we got there, it must have got something wrapped up or whatever. I hit a 2-faced salmon candy spoon and broke off. But here's sort of my take on this thing so far. There's a couple things I think that really makes this PS30 and this Garmin Panoptix very valuable for anglers to be able to learn a few things. First and foremost, you can see the reactions of the fish. You're sort of figuring out what baits they're coming in and taking a look at. Maybe there's something in your spread that's actually drawing them in. Sometimes it's the deep rigger, which when I went with Casey, a lot of times it seemed like they went into the bullfrog and then they might have went up, disengaged, and hit something else. But if you figure out what they're coming in and taking a look at, you definitely don't want to take that particular bait off, because that might be what they want that day, or what's exciting them and bringing them into the spread. On the other hand, what I'm noticing is you can kind of tell, here we got some bait fish there. Kind of see the side there, there's a big ball of bait fish. The other thing is if there's a constant bait that they're coming into and they're shooting away real quickly or instantly, that could be something that's spooking them. So maybe you got a big fish blade down there or a big 11-inch paddle, and maybe they're coming into your spread and they're zooming off right away and they're not striking. It can help you make some bait choices. Here's the really cool thing I've learned in these particular 2 trips that I'm sort of trying to gather on my own intel and mental self here, is that I've always sort of been the train of thought that salmon only feed up, right? So when you see them, they'll come up and strike something. I definitely can tell you that that's not been the case the last 2 days. How do I know that? Well, we've had the 2 corner riggers, our higher rods. We have seen multiple fish come in from up above the riggers, shoot down to them, take a look at them, and strike them. So that tells me that they actually they're coming up from higher in the water column than the rod was to begin with. They're going down to the rod, getting behind it, and grabbing a hold of it. That means that not all fish are coming from below it and seeing that bait up above them and going to grab it. Sort of something that I didn't know, was the case before this technology became part. Here's another big pot of bait right there by our corner rigger. You can see that on the screen. And the other thing that this really gives you and helps you with is something I talk a lot about in my salmon schools, which are, if the fish are active. So if the fish come on the screen and they're kind of just holding in an area, and they kind of come on and go off the screen and they're not moving through your spread, those are probably neutral or negative fish. They're not very active. Very unlikely you're going to get those fish to bite. Now, like the one that we said hit the rigger over here before, that fish came into the spread, he instantly swam over to that rod. Now, whether he struck it or not, he was an active fish. In that particular case, he grabbed the hold of it right away and started peeling line out on that rigger. So, really cool technology. Garmin screen, PS30 transducer, something you might want to take a look at for next year to add to your boat to help you catch more fish.